creatures that defy all logic.
Mira. Una bruja, mire.
Ven.
Shadows that can appear anywhere. And figures that shouldn't exist. These strange entities were caught in the most unexpected places, and once you see them, you can't deny their presence.
Una bruja, mire.
In San Juan, Dominican Republic, a group of villagers claimed to have cornered an elderly woman they believed to be a witch. The footage showed her sitting with unnaturally long hands, trying to speak, but no one could understand her.
Y se cayó.
She held a strange tool in her hand, pressing it between her teeth. What's unsettling is that just days earlier, locals had reported several missing children in the area. With this strange woman's sudden appearance, the villagers became convinced she might be connected to those disappearances. Authorities were called for help, but before anyone could arrive, the so-called witch had mysteriously vanished, leaving behind a story that still haunts the locals to this day.
¿Cómo te se cayó? Volando estaba, ¿no verdad?
Sí.
Mysterious shadow.
What in the actual hell?
It was a quiet evening in Memphis, Tennessee, when a man noticed something strange through the glass panel of his front door. He saw a tall, shadowy figure wearing a hat. Thinking it might be a homeless person seeking shelter, he quickly opened the door, but no one was there. Things got even stranger when he checked his 2 Ring cameras. The footage from the exact moment the figure appeared was mysteriously missing. Many viewers believe this matches the description of the Hatman, often linked to sleep paralysis, known for appearing silently and vanishing just as quickly. And perhaps the Hatman can disrupt electronics, which could explain why cameras failed simultaneously. Zombie virus. At a metro station in northern China, passengers were shocked when 2 strange men with all-white eyes stumbled around the platform. One of them suddenly ran toward the train, trying to get inside. People froze, unsure if they were watching an actual outbreak. The video went viral, with many calling it proof of a zombie virus spreading in China. However, it later turned out to be part of a Train to Apocalypse event in Jakarta, Indonesia, inspired by the movie Train to Busan. Still, for those who saw it without context, it looked like the apocalypse had just arrived. Waterkeeper. While hiking through Oregon's forests, a man stopped to admire a massive waterfall, but through his zoom lens, he noticed something strange, a second, smaller stream flowing upward within the main fall, as though defying gravity. Geologists say this can happen when water strikes certain rock formations at high pressure, creating an optical illusion. Yet in Native American legends, waterfalls are said to be guarded by waterkeepers that shape the flow as they wish, sometimes creating hidden streams to mark sacred spots. Whether nature's trick or ancient presence, the sight felt like a mesmerizing view. Forest Watcher. While walking through the forest, a camper heard strange footsteps behind him. Curious, he stopped and turned on his camera to catch the stalker. What he recorded was chilling. A strange humanoid figure standing behind a tree, its eyes locked on him. With dark skin, a demonic-looking face, and fingers far too long to be human, the sight froze him in place. Unsure what he was looking at, he quickly left the area. Later, he learned the woods were said to be haunted by evil spirits, witches, jinns, and that those who entered often never returned. This man was lucky. He not only escaped, but captured visual proof. Mirror Mystery. A few chilling seconds were caught on camera in Las Vegas. A girl was filming herself in the mirror, believing she was alone. But as she tilted her head, a strange, pale face appeared in the background, right before the video abruptly cut off. Viewers were left stunned. Who was it, and what happened next? Strangely, no one has heard from the girl since. If you know more, share it in the comments. Creepy woman. A A security guard in South America was reviewing footage when he noticed something chilling. He saw a woman with tangled hair walking in the frame, holding a stick. Then, after covering some distance, she stopped, looked around, and began tapping the stick on the ground, flipping it from side to side. And then she walked away. The man checked another camera recording the same path, but no one was there. The woman just vanished into thin air. Later, when the clip was posted online, a commenter claimed it was a form of witchcraft used to mark a location or curse the ground. While skeptics call it superstition, the woman had never been identified, and the meaning of her strange tapping remained a mystery. Haunted tunnel. While driving through the Hampton Tunnel in Virginia, a man decided to record his journey, hoping to capture the spirit said to cause accidents here. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but when he reviewed the footage, he noticed this. A shadowy figure appeared on the windshield and vanished in an instant. This tunnel has a long history of strange incidents, with several drivers claiming they saw someone just moments before near misses. Paranormal researchers note that certain locations, especially confined spaces like tunnels, can trap residual energy. If that's true, this shadow may not have been a random illusion. It could be the spirit of someone who lost their life here, now haunting anyone who passes through. Werewolf. A passenger traveling by a bus recorded this man sitting in front of him, not because of his face, but because of his feet. They were unnaturally long, claw-like, with weird marks. The uploader joked about a werewolf riding the bus, but some viewers took it seriously, pointing out that in certain legends, shapeshifters use public transport to move unnoticed through human cities. Some even suggested it might be a rare skin condition, but how do you explain those claws? So what do you think this person really was? Just a regular passenger, or someone hiding their true identity? Dark shadow.
And the sutures last anywhere from 60 to 90 days.
A surgeon was filming a training video for her students when she caught a terrifying sight. While recording, she heard an odd sound coming from the hallway. Thinking it might be a staff member, she stepped out. But then suddenly, one of the ward doors slammed shut. She was trying to make sense of it because no one was there. And that's when she saw a dark figure passing behind another door, fast enough that it was barely caught on camera. She was frightened and quickly left. Later, a nurse shared that a patient had mysteriously passed away in that same ward days ago, so it could be the spirit of her. Backseat watcher. It started like any regular night where a group of friends was filming their journey. There was another car ahead of them, in which they saw a humanoid pale figure sitting in the back seat. As the figure turned and looked at them, a pair of glowing eyes could be seen, and suddenly, their laughter turned into terror. The clip cut off right there. It was short, blurry, but disturbing enough. Skeptics brushed it off as a light reflection, but that group believed this might be connected to passenger spirits that attach themselves to objects or vehicles after mysterious events. Dollar store apparition. In a small town with a history of wartime battles and ghostly legends, Dollar General employees often spoke of strange happenings. Doors slamming, footsteps in empty aisles, and an eerie chill in the stockroom. On September 16, 2022, the office security camera recorded something no one could explain. A faint, human-like figure slowly appeared near the doorway, took a few steps, and passed straight through the wall before fading away. The store was empty, and the footage showed no signs of editing. Some believe it was a spirit, trapped in time, endlessly replaying the same moment. A ghost quietly walking through the past. Haunting hospital.
No mames, güey.
¿Qué pedo, güey?
An abandoned hospital isn't a place most would dare enter, but one group of friends went in with cameras recording. While panning across an old patient ward, the footage caught two pale hands gripping a laboratory glove box and a motionless figure just beyond it. They immediately ran to the spot, but the area was empty. No one had been there.
Percho, a ver, métete tú por allá, güey. Sí.
The building, locals claim, was haunted by a doctor who lost his life under unusual circumstances and was never given a proper burial, and these hands belong to that doctor.
Estaba un doctor aquí, güey. Aquí puso, sí, te lo juro, güey.
Spooky photo.
You don't walk into a haunted house and see ghosts flitting all over the place.
During an interview, Ed and Lorraine Warren, known for their darkest haunting cases, spoke about a specific moment in the Amityville case.
Then you start to get what we call the infestation in a house like Amityville.
While documenting the house overnight, their camera caught a boy with glowing eyes peeking out from a bedroom doorway. And shockingly, no kid was there. The photo was captured between 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., and this is called the active window, a time when ghostly events unfolded in the home.
After 9 o'clock, the psychic hours start, 9 to 6 in the morning.
They heard crying, sobbing, and weird laughter sounds. To this day, many believe it wasn't a boy at all, but a spirit mimicking a child's form. These entities are known to take the shape of children to gain sympathy before showing their true form. Kentucky Crawler. In Kentucky, CCTV near a remote woodland cottage captured a pale, humanoid figure moving with bent, unnatural motions, part human, part animal. Its elongated head, slouched posture, and joints bending the wrong way made it deeply unsettling. The camera never showed how it appeared or left, and locals ruled out a prank due to the area's isolation. According to locals, this was a skinwalker or maybe a rake. The mysterious figure, now dubbed the Kentucky Crawler, remains an unsolved and chilling local legend. Unknown shadow. At a riding school in Kent, this woman's husband was filming her lesson one morning. Later, as she watched the footage, she spotted a strange figure of a man standing just meters away from her horse. She swore no one had been there, but the video showed him twice, once facing the camera, and again with his back turned. Experts ruled out reflections and light tricks, and locals said that the site was built on land used during the English Civil War, where riders often trained before battle. They believe the figure was a spirit from that era. Phantom doorkeeper. In winter 2003, Hampton Court Palace security noticed something strange. For 3 days in a row, a heavy fire door kept swinging open on its own. Strangely, on the second day, the CCTV revealed something chilling. A ghostly figure in old-fashioned clothes calmly shutting the doors. Visitors later claimed they'd seen the same specter in that exact spot. The eerie footage spread worldwide, and soon the media called him Skeletor. But historians said that royal guards in the Tudor era often wore similar attire. This might be one of the palace's many ghostly keepers, still doing his duty centuries later. Doorbell visitor. In a residential area of Compton, California, a Ring doorbell camera activated without anyone pressing it. On playback, the owner saw an unnerving sight. It showed a figure with an elongated head, smooth gray skin, and thin limbs, passing by the house before disappearing in just seconds. Analysis by extraterrestrial enthusiasts compared its shape to descriptions from the Greys. Days later, in the same area, another man reported a tall gray figure caught on his doorbell. Now we do not know if both figures were the same or two different, but these sightings made people believe that aliens are living among us. What do you guys say? Comment below. Barstool apparition. This property listing wasn't meant to be a ghost story, but it ended up becoming one. A realtor in New Jersey had taken 4 standard photos of a house's kitchen area. Everything seemed normal until someone noticed the 4th bar stool. In the first 3 shots, there was just a faint white mist forming around that spot. But in the final image, a full white figure appeared, sitting on the stool. Strangely, no one else was there during the shoot. Some thought it might be leftover Halloween decor, but that did not explain the slow buildup of the mist and its visibility in the last photo. It was as if someone had waited a long time to be noticed. Tesla sighting. Tesla vehicles are known for their advanced sensors and cameras, but this late-night incident suggested they might detect more than just people or objects. A man had just parked his Tesla Model 3 outside his home and checked the car's dash cam. What he saw froze him. The camera showed a tall figure standing in front of the vehicle, but when he looked up through the windshield, no one was there. Some brushed it off as a software bug, but interestingly, this was not the first time Tesla owners have reported unexplained figures or shapes appearing only on their car's footage. Could it be advanced detection? Or did the car briefly spot something from another realm? Night mystery. In 2019, a funeral parlor security camera caught something eerie that still gives people chills. A guard was doing his usual night rounds, walking through the main hall. Nothing unusual, but the footage told a different story. In the background, a young boy dressed in white suddenly rushed across the hallway, completely unnoticed by the guard. It was as if the two existed in different places. Then the boy disappeared as fast as he came. When the footage was shown to the guard later, he was stunned. He swore he had heard nothing, seen nothing. Viewers were unsettled and convinced that this was genuine paranormal evidence, considering the spooky setting of a funeral home. Last tour.
The Annabelle doll is probably one of the most infamous dolls on the planet.
Dan Rivera had spent years studying the unexplained. As part of a paranormal team, he toured the country with the most infamous object in the world, the Annabelle doll. It was supposed to be another stop on their usual tour.
Annabelle's next stop, guys. Augusta, Maine.
This time in Augusta, Maine. But not long after the exhibit, Dan was found lifeless in his hotel room. The official found nothing suspicious. But for many who had followed the doll's story over the years, it was a hard detail to ignore. The doll had already been tied to several past incidents, always surrounded by rumors and strange happenings. Dan himself had once tried to calm online fears, confirming the doll hadn't gone missing.
Annabelle's not missing. She's not in Chicago.
Now, his sudden passing left many questions.
Annabelle doll's handler, Dan Rivera, just died suddenly during a haunted tour.
Fading figure. In 2022, a street surveillance camera caught something that shouldn't be possible, even with camera glitches. The clip showed a man walking down a dimly lit street. Everything about him looked ordinary. Then suddenly, his body began to fade, and then he went out of the frame. Now, we do not know whether he was just fading or completely vanished. Still, some believed it to be proof of interdimensional slip, where a person unknowingly crossed into a space between realities. Others pointed to a glitch in the Matrix. Either way, a person walked into that camera frame and never walked out of it. Wholesome moment. In the middle of a Paris concert in 2017, a short video captured something that led to one of the most controversial claims. Someone in the crowd recorded this rock performer changing eyes. For a split second, his pupils changed shape, turning into vertical slits, just like a reptile. Within hours, the video was deleted from all online platforms. But somehow, we retrieved this short moment. Conspiracy theorists said this is one of the few public examples of a reptilian shapeshifter slipping mid-act. While skeptics debunked the reptile theory, was it a real reptilian moment or just another hoax? Drop your opinions in the comments below. Roadside entity. It's believed that dogs can see what humans can't, making them sensitive to visitors from the other side. This is exactly what happened in this clip from Indonesia. A man reviewing his home's security footage saw something that hadn't caught his eye in real time. His truck was parked, and his dog was walking around. Suddenly, a semi-transparent figure began walking down the street. It had no clear features, but the dog started barking aggressively, looking in that direction. When the man stepped outside, he saw nothing there. Later, when he reviewed the footage, the ghostly apparition caught his attention. And that moment he realized there was definitely something off that day. Light being.
Aqui, gente, ó. Acabou de baixar aqui no Córrego Blay aqui, ó.
Strange was caught on camera in Brazil, and to this day, no one has been able to explain what it was fully. This was a human-shaped figure completely lit up, standing still in its place. It was not a reflection or the headlights. Netizens speculated it might be a person wearing light-up gear, but there were no wires or shadows indicating equipment. Theories ranged from extraterrestrial visitation to energy-based entities, which are described in both South American folklore and modern paranormal studies. Whether it was tech or something otherworldly, it left a lot of unanswered questions behind.
Olha aqui. Acabou de baixar.
Eerie mannequin. It's not always shadows that unsettle us. Sometimes, even still objects can. In Mexico, a driver waiting for his friend noticed a mannequin. At first, it seemed lifeless, until its head suddenly tilted. Did you see that? Let's zoom in. It appeared to be staring straight into the soul of the person filming. Frightened, he stopped recording and drove away. Later, he shared the video online, claiming the mannequin was possessed. Some viewers dismissed it, suggesting the head was simply loose. Whatever the truth, one thing's certain. If I'd been there, I'd never return to that cursed place. Elevator shadow. At first glance, it looked like a fast blur, but when slowed down, this footage from a hotel in Quincy, Illinois, revealed something much stranger. Security footage showed the entrance to the elevator hallway. The elevator doors were shut, and the motion-triggered lights were usually activated when the doors opened. But then, something dark darted past the hallway. It moved too fast to be a person. Hotel staff had often reported seeing a small, shadowy figure. They believed it might be the ghost of a child, or something only pretending to be one. Open discussion. It's time for today's open discussion. During a Christmas Eve celebration in a Catholic church in Mexico, a TikTok video captured something the attendees swore they didn't see in person. It was a pale, thin figure standing among the parishioners. Strangely, security camera footage from that night showed the figure moving, yet no one around reacted. The clip went viral, with viewers saying it didn't look human. The priest later claimed it was the spirit of the sacristan, a church caretaker who had passed away years earlier and still roams the building. In Catholic tradition, a soul unable to rest often lingers in places tied to its duties or unfinished work. And here, this figure might be attending the holy gathering. Have you guys seen something like this? If yes, then do share your experiences in the comments below.